Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. My name is Carrie. I'm a full-time trader, mentor in the crypto and Forex markets. Today's video is going to be an update on Bitcoin, ETH, the DXY. We're going to take a look at the USDT dominance and XRP. Not financial advice, of course, just the way that I see the market. All right, let's get started. So we are going to start out with Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. If we lose 17,500, my bias is that we will drop to approximately 12,000. If we lose 12,000, we will drop to approximately 9,600, where we have this last gap to be filled. If we were to drop down to 12,000, we would create weekly reversal divergence. We would have this downward motion and this upwards motion in RSI. This is very important. This reversal divergence is what it took at the bottom of each bear market to turn the market either in a significant bear market rally or turn the market to continue another bull run. Also, if you notice, if we were to drop down to 9,600, that is where the 618 is sitting, pulling from the low to the high, like we're coming down for a wave 2. Now, obviously, there's no guarantee we're going to drop down that far, but these are the levels, if we lose them, where it will fall. I am very partial to the WXY counts. There is two options on the table. The first one is the WXY in yellow. It is assuming that the Y wave ended at this low and that we are going to rally higher for an X or a B wave to approximately 30,000 or 40,000. How we would do that, we'll talk about when we get on the lower time frame. If we do not rally and we roll over here, we will assume that this is an X wave and that we're coming down for a Z wave. We would need to come down in a 3-wave move. If we come down in the Z wave, my bias is that approximately 12,000 would hold the Z wave. If we were to rally for the X or the B, after it's complete, whether it hits 30 or 40,000, then we would need a partner leg for this WXY in yellow to the downside. Where that would eventually land would depend on how high we rally. Let's take a look at the lower time frame and how we could potentially rally higher to 30 or 40K. Bitcoin would need to create a zigzag here. It would need to hold approximately 16,000, where this little bit of support is coming in. Coming underneath 16,000 significantly lowers the probability of this happening. This is the expanded B pocket that has to do with flats, these 3 fib extensions. What happens is we create a 3-wave move to the upside. We create a 3-wave move to the downside, which creates divergence here that creates this pop to the upside. After the pop to the upside, if we can turn this resistance into support, then this move becomes an A wave or a W wave. We would pull back, create support here with an X, and then rally again for a Y. We could repeat this again to get even higher. After Bitcoin creates this pattern, it can go higher by turning this entire pattern into a W or A and repeating this cycle. Let's take a look at the bear option. The bear option is that Bitcoin is going to come down in an ABC, creating the Z wave that will land at approximately 12,000, or it's creating a 5-wave move. If it creates the 5-wave move, it means that we are getting that partner leg now in a bigger zigzag. What starts with 5 ends with 5, and we would need to create another 5 waves to attach to this one as a partner leg. In validation that the bear case is happening now, it's coming over 20,383, this high. If we were to rally now, it would be much more likely that we are retracing this pattern and creating a B wave for the ABC. This can be moved here, and the A wave can be moved here to create this type of ABC. This whole move would just turn into a 3-wave move, zigzag. We would rally for 3 and then come down for a C wave. Okay, let's take a look at ETH and the options that are on the table. I have overlaid them. We're going to start with the bullish option. The bullish option is that this ETH has created a wave 1, that it is coming down for a wave 2. It cannot break the low, and that it will pivot for a wave 3, 4, and 5, and that this will either be a 5th wave or the start of a new bull market. If the bullish option doesn't happen and we rally in a 3-wave move, it will create an X or a B depending on how high it comes. At that point, we will need a partner leg for the white WXY to the downside. If it does not rally for the X or the B and we roll over, it will create a Z wave ending at approximately 700, and that is just an estimate. Let's take a look at the lower time frame and what the options are. The first option is the bullish option, and that we're coming down in an ABC, and that it's not going to take the low out at $880, and that it's going to pivot to the upside bullishly. And validation, of course, is the $880. The bearish option is that it's coming down in a 5-wave move, and that we are going to create a bigger zigzag starting now for the partner leg. The last option is that it's coming down for the Z wave. The count would need to be pivoted slightly, the A here, the B here, and the C would come down deeper for the Z wave. Another option is that we invalidate the bear scenario happening now, and that this B wave comes up slightly higher and then comes down for the C wave. It's very simple. If we come up and invalidate 1400, it is either pivoting bullishly, creating an A, a B, or a C to the upside for the X or B, or it is just retracing this move, creating a smaller B wave and then coming down for a C wave that would potentially break the bottom. Let's take a look at the DXY. The DXY on the monthly time frame is very, very overstretched. I would assume that a correction is coming here soon. The options here on the higher time frame is that it created a 3-wave move, ABC, for a W. This middle section connector is an X, and it needs to create a zigzag here because this is 5 waves for a Y wave. This wave took a year to happen, which means this retracement would take a year, allowing Bitcoin to rally. This Y would approximately take another year. So this is not something that is going to happen in the next couple of months. Okay, this is on the monthly time frame. This drop would allow a bull market, and this rise would allow a bear market. Or the other option is this is an ABC coming to an end here soon with a 5th wave, and then what it does next we'll have to see, because it's corrective moves and it can create a connector here and another rise, and we would just have to wait and see what happens after the retrace. There is two ways that I am looking at this rise to the upside. The first way is that we are ending here in an ending diagonal and that it's creating a fifth wave that's leading into a third wave, and that we will create a fourth to the downside and a fifth to the upside. The other way that I am looking at it is that this ending diagonal is ending the wave, and that this is the fifth wave, and that it will retrace, allowing Bitcoin to rally again. Which one it is, we won't know until this wave happens. It will find support approximately in this fourth wave territory. It could find support on the base channel. Looking at this rise to the upside, I do not significantly see a fourth wave that would go with this wave 2. So chances are this wave 4 is not in yet. Let's take a look at the USDT dominance. It is very important. When it is rising to the upside, it means that people are selling their cryptocurrency and converting it back into USDT. When it's coming to the downside, it means that they are buying cryptocurrency. This whole move to the upside is a corrective move. We have a trend line here. If this is going to rally higher, I would expect it to hold. There is two ways we can look at this move in the middle here. The bullish option is that this move to the upside is creating a 1-2-1-2 for a big move. Coming underneath 6.38%, this low will invalidate the 1-2-1-2 option. This smaller wave here needs a fifth wave to the upside. Coming underneath 6.86% will significantly invalidate this being a fourth wave. The one wave is way down here, but coming underneath the prior fourth, probability-wise, it's not a fourth. If this is not a 1-2-1-2, then I am looking at it, it's a three-wave move here, a three-wave move to the upside, and it's going to create 3 or 5 to the downside. This will still create a correction here that will rally to the upside again. All right, and the last one is XRP. We are looking at this move as a expanding leading diagonal wave 1. Obviously, coming underneath 11 cents would invalidate this being a wave 2. What would happen if that did happen? All that would mean is that this is an A or a W. This rally was an X or a B, and that it's coming down in a Y or a C wave, making a bigger wave 2 here. This is a wave 1. I am very partial to this created a 3-wave move off the bottom. That it created 3 waves back, and now it is creating 3 waves to the upside, creating a WXY. But it can rally higher by creating a connector here, turning this all into W, creating an X wave, and then rallying higher for a Y wave of a higher degree. We will take a look at this correction when we go down to the lower time frame. There is another option, the bullish option, and that is that this ended in an ending diagonal for a 5th wave. That would mean this is the start of something. We will dive deep into it when we dive into the lower time frame. The chances of this being a bullish 5-wave move, probabilities are very slim. Why? Because of these overlaps here. These overlaps are suggesting that this is a corrective move, or these are all 1-2s creating a nest. If these are all 1-2s creating a nest, it means that this wave should have rallied very high and that this correction should not have come into this wave 1. And that is exactly what happened. So this being a nest is very, very slim. Also, I cannot make any type of leading diagonal out of this move. This wave here does not touch the trend line when you try to draw the converging trend lines. So it being a corrective move of zigzag is the higher probable case. But this move here is so far looking very corrective as a 3, 3, 3, creating a connector here, which means that it potentially wants to rally in another zigzag. It can definitely create a bigger connector. How would it do that? By making 3, 3, 3, and then connecting another correction to it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take a look at my website of all I have to offer, and I will see you in the next one.